got the rivers, you got everything. Now I need someone to work in fields. I need someone to why that goes.
Exactly.
Eat thou not the bread of him that have an evil eye, neither desire thou his dainty meats.
Hey, so in other words, if this dude is acting like he's trying to give you a helping hand, or he's trying to be the man to help you in time of adversity, you better believe he got ulterior motives. He's gonna find a way to somehow use you until he no longer needs you. He does it all the time. He does it with his the music industry. He take all these celebrities and entertainers, and then he milk them dry through these contracts, and they sell all these records and all these units, so that the record company can generate all this money. And then when he no longer can be a commodity no more, he's not selling no more. What does he do? He kick him to the curb. He cut you out. He cut you out of a contract. You know, or he might put your ass to death and then take over your estate. Because your catalog is worth more dead than when you alive.
These niggas to do it too. Come. He hired niggas to kill you rappers and all that shit.
He drops your location.
Yeah, and profit off.
He put out insurance policies on them.
This man, he got.
But Jake think that they get blessed when they get their contract. They see their first little big month paycheck. That's not even a half of a piece of a crumb to him. You know, like Kanye said, it was a happy meal, but it was a crappy deal. Look at this nigga.
At least came with some toys like a Happy Meal. Yeah.
Look at this nigga Floyd now. Floyd is bro. This nigga's supposed to be retired and traveling the world and rock. This nigga is back in slavery. He had to.
He supposedly had money. I gotta kiss his ass, kiss him small ass ass.
Better get back on that hamster wheel. Make that bread for us. So you can pay off your debts.
Nigga got all kind of tax rates and shit. He was a billionaire at once. Man, show you that Jake still in the purchase.
You try to live large, man. You live large after you retire. That money's not coming in like it used to be. You gotta learn how to live a life that fits your level of income. Like 3 private jets and shit.
Artists, entertainers, actors, athletes started off making all this money and generating all this money, but then they die broke. Or they still alive, but they ain't got nothing to get their needs.
They got all this money now. They got to get a regular job at Starbucks. You know, they don't wrong working, but you know, Jakes don't got the wisdom to be able to maintain it. You know,
You see, this is why Yahweh Shai said, who shall give in exchange for his souls? What profit do a man gain if he shall gain the world or lose his soul? Just like Esau, he's a covetous man. So he gonna bait you into that contract thinking that you gonna gain from him. But now you lose your soul, so now you owe the rest of your life to him. And he gonna keep you being his slave until you're dead, and then he gonna continue to capitalize after you divorce. That's how it's set up, man.
you thinking that you still appear like you the nigga to all the Jakes that don't know, the little niggas. You know, you gonna fucking puppet for yourself. All these rappers and shit, man.
Because you wanted that bread. That's why I'm going back to Proverbs. ain't nothing better than him that have an evil eye. All right, this is that evil covetousness that these devils possess. You know, so that's what's gonna happen. And then it says what in the next verse? Eat and drink. He said,
Oh yeah. For as he thinketh in his heart, so he is.
Yeah.
Eat and drink, saith he to thee, but his heart is not with thee.
Yeah, because like it says back in Surah 14, you know, he's really gonna turn his face from him.
And back in Surah 14, verse 8, it says, the envious man hath the wicked eye. He turneth away his face and despiseth men. A covetous man's eye is not satisfied with his portion, and the iniquity of the wicked drieth up his soul.
Man,
A wicked,
the iniquity of what?
it says, and the iniquity of the wicked drieth up his soul.
Drives up his soul. Meaning all integrity, you know, any ounce of character, all that shit goes. That don't even matter. Fuck morale. That's why they have no, like them getting back on Evelyn. That's why it's nothing for them to bomb cities with children and babies. You know? It's nothing for them. They'll bomb a whole town and have no ounce of compassion. We'll take out the building and have nothing to do with nothing.
Verse 9, the covetous man's eye is not satisfied with his portion, and the iniquity of the wicked drieth up his soul.
And that's why he has no humanity. His soul is just dried up through his evil covetousness. You know? No humanity, man. He'll make sure you go without lights. He'll make sure that energy, utilities is sky high.
Knowing they have the resources to give everyone free electricity, free water, and free. Look at this big ass desert. If they can put enough solar panels up there to power the whole city with what's it, the Hoover Dam? You know? But what keeps happening? The rates keep rising and rising and rising.
But yeah, it's not for him to keep those data centers generated.
They got to. You don't have no lights before the data centers go down.
Keep
No
that,
lights.
you keep that on.
Hey, I'll tell you right now, most that one person in Texas, the whole world.
Yeah.
We know Nikola Tesla had it. Thomas Edison, hell no.
The part that says he despises me, and his deity, it says like he turns his back on his feet. He don't give a fuck. He has the ability and the authority to take care of people, but he ain't gonna do it. He don't even take care of himself.
He even told himself to believe my data center. I need my data center ran. So I'm gonna take all your water supply that you need to generate your energy and your drinking water, whatever you need. We need that for our data center because we still trying to be God on Earth through this technology. You see, that's the covetousness we're talking about. This man is a freaking monster, man. He's a straight monster. And he can, this motherfucker got cloud seeding technology where he can cause it to rain. But he gonna make sure you go through that drought though.
No trees, no fruits,
Yeah.
no vegetables are planted to
Yeah.
grow that harvest.
Right.
Make sure there's a lot of male trees, no female trees.
You got spiritual power on the left hand side to make it rain. righteously. He's just rather still weaponizing.
Yeah, he could fix things that's right. He have to wear reins per days per month.
He had to work 40 days and 40 nights to get these fucking lakes and rivers and back to where he was at.
In the same chapter or in the previous chapter, it says how if you do it good, he do it for unwilling.
That's in the same chapter. Yeah, he's about to read down to
This is about to read. Go back up. Verse 7 says, and if you do it good, he doeth it unwillingly, and at the last he will declare his wickedness.
And that reminded me of that when the elder said about how they got the technology to make it rain. But even that, the rain is polluted. You can't collect it and drink it because it don't get out of water. It's polluting the produce that is falling apart. It got metal in it.
Yeah, it's a crime to collect rain. Like rain is a crime, bro.
They had a machine. They had the machine on Amazon that makes water out of air, but I don't know if that shit's still on there now. It was only like a couple $1,000, but shit, I saw it was accepted.
Micah 2 at the top. Woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. When the morning is light, they practice it, because it is in the power of their hand. And they covet fields and take them by violence, and houses and take them away. So they oppress a man and his house, even a man and his heritage.
That's all he's concerned with. You got what I want, so I'm gonna take it.
And your heritage on top of that.
Yeah. That's what he's really doing. He has the power to do so. Every day. There's a new operation being carried out. To satisfy his desires. So, with the brother reading at Sirach 14, it's breaking down the nature of an individual that's like that. You're straight regard, and you have no regard for nothing. Just you and your own satisfaction.
Sons of the wicked, Cain,
Yep.
Beck, Esau, that same type of spirit, man, murder spirit. Hagar, Avery, murder from the beginning. That's what's rolls upon earth right now. Our job is to call it out in the scriptures and to warn our people to turn away. You know, don't trust in this man. Repent. Turn to the Heavenly Father and the Son.
Right.
You know, so you won't receive, you know, that judgment that the son of perdition is about to get. You know?
Because he's definitely going to go into perdition. He has to pay for every deed that he's done. He's guilty as charged.
I got that verse, that one.
Back in Sirach 14, this is verse 10. It says, the wicked eye envieth his bread, and he is a niggard at his tank. My son, according to thy ability, do good to thyself, and give the Lord his due offering.
What's the other precept?
The book of James, chapter 5, top. It says, go to now, ye rich men, weep and howl for your miseries that shall come upon you. Your riches are corrupted, and your garments are moth-eaten. Your gold and silver is cankered, and the rust of them shall be a witness against you, and shall eat your flesh as it were fire. Ye have
Is silver, is gold even rust? I think so. Silver, huh? That's to show you that it's not talking about little. It's talking about that the power it gets out of it won't have the same effect.
Ye have heaped treasure together for the last days.
Because Iran ain't trying to hear no deal.
hire of the laborers who have reaped down your fields, which is of you, kept back by fraud, crieth. And the cries of them which have reaped and entered into the ears of the Lord of Sabaoth.
You're hearing that how everybody's starting to get tired in the labor in the workforces. All these, corporations, you capitalizing off of cheap labor, and what you're paying them is not keeping up with the living.
Should have just paid us enough to live.
Should have just paid us up to,
You know what I'm saying?
and that was an Edomite feeling that way. He said, you should have just paid me, to be able to live.
At least pay me enough not to burn it all down.
Yeah.
And burn it to him, to burn all the inventory of and the building.
Yeah.
And go to jail for life or whatever, arson or whatever you're going to go for. To prove a point that you just should have gave him a little bit more. That's how stingy this guy is. All your money, millions of dollars worth of product in the factory, burned to nothing because you want to pay crumbs.
You know that wasn't he didn't just wake up one day and just be like, you know what, I'm gonna burn this shit down. You know they had multiple conversations amongst each other.
They
And he,
600 or something.
Yeah, we had multiple signs saying no smoking, flammable.
that's why the scriptures call him a murderer, right? If you defraud your neighbor of his living, that makes you a murderer.
That's it.
Continuing on there, like James.
Somebody get Sirach 4 and start at
Sirach 4?
yeah, start at 1.
Sirach 4:1. My son, defraud not the poor of his living, and make not the needy eyes wait. Needy eyes to wait long.
Yeah. Don't let them wallow in their misery. Cause people got lives too. You ain't the only motherfucker that got a life.
They got kids to feed.
Yeah.
You're a Leroy Cohen. I got family. I got kids to feed. Motherfucker, you already wealthy, not rich, wealthy.
Right.
Like what's
Fucking nigga.
what's enough, man? It's like
He's a nigga.
you got multiple houses paid for. You got, probably $1 billion in the bank, or not $500 million in the bank. What the fuck more do you need?
Let me say something about Leroy Cohen, right? This guy was there with Def Jam, with Russell Simmons and Run DMC. He going back that far. Think about that. He going back that far. That's how much money. Everything that happened out of Def Jam, he got a big turn out of since the early 80s. And he still want more. By the way, Def Jam still alive and well today.
Another time, a demon, Jay-Z, actually has the rich. Is he still arrested? I don't know. I don't follow
You
that
got
shit.
to fight for some more. My point is, that shows you the mind of how insatiable that these people are. He's been making long money. These kids don't ever have to work again for at least 2 or 3 more
His
generations.
great grandkids.
You know what I'm saying? And he still want more. He want it all. For him. Even over other small hats. That's how bad they are. They want it over their own people as well.
Well, the Rothschild family is liquid 500 trillion. That's just one, elite family. You know what they call themselves too.
They're willing to commit incest to keep the generational wealth going within their nation. That's how they've been doing.
But to show you, we can put their wealth in a you can measure it. You can't measure the wealth of the kingdom. You can't measure the wealth of Yahweh Shai. And the true wealth is the knowledge. You can't measure that because once we're in that second covenant, the knowledge is going to be infinite.
We're going to naturally be rich just by
existing.
Pretty much. But moving in wisdom.
Priceless.
All right.
Earth gonna give us full abundance.
You walk around, you know how you pick up stones on the beach? It's going to be a ruby this big, and you're going to probably throw it back.
That's how it was in Puerto Rico. That's how it first came over.
Like, they were fighting over little nuggets of gold and shit, like the gold rush. He probably had gold, probably big as that thing right there. And it was just leave it in. Let's leave it in the river to help filter the water.
That's what a life would be, right?
When Cain did what he did, then he cursed the serpent.
The serpent.
Basically, the earth would be cursed. Serpents, because of the serpent. And the serpent was what? Like it says in Wisdom of Solomon, because he was envious. You know, because through the envy of the devil came death into the world.
There's so much gold away. They didn't even like, you know how they mine. They had the mine for this. Go pick your shit up. Go to it and pick it up. That's why these devils were so. When they found out how much gold was over here, they were just. It was just like, hey, we gotta send some gold back. We gotta send some slaves back.
Yeah,
you know,
to carry it.
To carry it.
You gotta imagine when King David's Navy came over, they probably was bringing it all to the shore. Like, we can't fit. It's gonna sink the boat. Let's just leave it here.
Right.
We don't need all of that.
It's like certain beaches here in Babylon. I know it's a beach in San Diego. You can in the sand, you can see the sparkle and shimmer of the gold.
In the dark sand. Like
Yeah, it's like darker. Yeah.
The sand is dark.
So how much more 1,000 years ago, 500 years ago, before this devil came here? This place was like paradise. Before this devil completely destroyed it, put cement everywhere, cut down all the goddamn trees. I still had that scripture in Sirach 4:2. Make not an hungry soul sorrowful, neither provoke a man in his distress. Add not more trouble to the heart that is vexed.
It reminds me of I'm sorry. No, it made me think of Isaiah 10. Talking about the fatherless and widow. You ain't supposed to do that to them. First of all, he called the widowhood and to make the children fatherless. But then he distresses us after the fact. He just bad all the way down. You took daddy off, you took him out of our life already. You still gonna oppress me? Yeah, mother? Damn.
Even the welfare system, you gotta go through this.
Yeah.
For the small hats, it's just
As soon as you come up, right back. Hey, you think it was special how the immigrants and migrants were getting it when they came over? You should see the receipts of the small hats. They get more money. I mean, they get money over there. They get money for having children.
and then a monthly check on top of that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they get well taken care of.
Well taken care of.
Free health care, housing.
Getting extra money. You know how we was getting, we was getting $1,000 for each child and shit. They get that every month. Imagine that, a monthly stimulus for your child. And you might not, you got four children, that's $4,000 extra on top of the EBT, the Section 8, all that shit.
But you starving the rest, everybody else out. Everybody else got to starve so that they can live good. And that's the reason why the world is coming against them, man. The world is coming against them. Shit ain't cool.
And defer not to give him that is in need. Reject not the supplication of the afflicted, neither turn away thy face from a poor man. Turn not away thy eye from the need.
He might burn your shit down.
Yeah, God.
You know, you ain't paying him what what he needs.
It's like you seeing your company make record profits, but y'all not getting no raise.
Right. It just be stagnant.
Yeah.
Like you just know that as long as I stay at this company, it's going to continue to pay me at a fixed wage, and I'm not going to get nowhere unless, you know, I outwork everybody in here, and then they promote me, and then you might make a couple extra dollars more than what you was just making.
You get that couple.
But there's a cap.
Yeah.
As long as those positions are filled, you never getting in there.
Upon getting that few extra dollars, you get more responsibility. So if
they want you to do more,
right?
They expect more out of you.
If shit go wrong, they looking at you. What happened here? Write a report, write a statement.
Yep.
And what did I say? Turn not your eye away from the needy man.
Yeah, it says, I'll read it. Reject not the supplication of the afflicted, neither turn away thy face from a poor man.
Hey, prime example over there in the LA. The homeless. You gotta get these tests and get the fuck out of here. Where the fuck you gonna go? You homeless. You know? Esau dude homeless like that, man. Have no place to go, man.
He created
make a bleed.
Yeah. He created created the homeless environment because he's a nigger, and then turn around and enforce laws that'll criminalize homelessness. You got to take the homeless off the streets and put them in facilities.
Basically, euthanize
And pretty much institutionalize them or euthanize them.
A lot of them are vets too.
Yeah, but that's how they got their money in the jail. When I was locked up, it was like a lot of homeless people like on drugs, like detoxing in jail and all that. They get paid for that shit, man. That's wicked as fuck, man.
I was gonna say, somebody I was talking to recently was talking about there was a killer. We were talking about a killer that was killing the homeless, and he said, I don't know why they stopped him. He said, let him keep going.
I think that was ours.
We were talking about it. Then I brought it up to somebody else, and he was like, yeah, they should let him keep going. Like, that's somebody's family member, bro. Somebody, at least somebody's son or daughter, at least. But they don't care about human life like that. Got the people thinking like that now.
You mentioned the like the laborers, how they put a cap on you, and it's really no. They tell you it's room for growth, but it's really not. I remember seeing the video of this Jake. He worked for this company for like 20 years, and on the anniversary they gave him a gift card.
They gave him a bike.
I seen one. They gave him a bouquet of cotton. Real talk. They gave him a bouquet of cotton on his birthday, man.
They gave a nigga that work over there.
Good job, nigga.
Niggas working at Burger King.
Yeah, man.
So they had a GoFundMe for everything. They got like
It's fucked up, bro.
still. It says verse 5. Turn not away thy eye from the needy and give him not occasion to curse thee. Man, they go with that. You was talking about the factory.
Yeah. So that's why, going back to James 5, the Lord basically said, so you rich men, eventually you're going to have to howl, because you're going to have to cough all that up. You're going to vomit it all back up, man. You thought you could just have it one way, like it was just going to be one-sided for the rest of the time. That's not how it's going to work, man. You know? How you rich, man? Because you misuse your resources. You didn't do the right thing with your riches. All right. Somebody had anything else?
I think we Sirach 39. This is life. It's Sirach 39, 25, 24. As his ways are plain unto the holy, so are they stumbling blocks unto the wicked. For the good are good things.
What to do with those principal uses is about to read about. It's supposed to, they're given for everybody on the earth to prosper with. So everybody has life, and everybody will put in and work, and build to the greater good of the planet. When we get in the kingdom, we're gonna do that. We're just gonna be I don't want to say taskmasters. We're gonna be the rulers that appoint things to be done a certain righteous way. Because him in control, he said, yeah, just bring it right in the factory, just put it right in there for me, and then you're going to come back and need something. I'll give you a little bit of money, you're going to get it right back and get what you just gave, what you had in your hands already. Okay?
Continuing, this is verse 25. It says, for the good are good things created from the beginning, so evil things for sinners. The principal things for the whole use of a man's life are water, fire, iron, and salt, flour of wheat, honey, milk, and the blood of the grape, and oil and clothing. All these things are for good to the godly, so to the sinners they are turned into evil.
One level is important enough to make it. You got to pay for water. You know, we used to tell this joke on the strip. There's an oxygen bar where you go buy oxygen. Think about that. It's outside, but you go in there and people lining up and sitting down on oxygen.
Yeah, I got that.
Yeah,
when I first seen that shit,
What the fuck is that? It's to keep the hangover from happening.
there we go.
Yeah, he ain't put in on the creation of anything. You are a mere creation, but you wanna monetize everything that you didn't create. I'll let you know what type of individual you're dealing with. You know what I mean? These are all the things that are principle for a man's use. And he want to turn it and corrupt it.
God-given rights.
Yeah. These things are freely, they should be freely enjoyable for you as a human.
Highly abundant.
Bro.
I asked the chap what country don't pay for water. This is no country provides completely free water for unlimited use. But it says free subsidized water in Ireland, Turkmenistan, however you say that, South America. But it says country with very cheap water: Saudi Arabia, United Arab Emirates.
And
So
those are just to be able to push
right,
it
right.
out to where you need it to where the houses are.
Right.
That's pretty much what you pay for that.
Yeah. You're just paying like and that ain't nothing but hell for us. Probably like 50 cents.
Right.
You know what I mean? If you cover that compared to their currency.
Right.
You know, it ain't no. So how much more?
My water bill high. Cut that damn water off water, my water bill high. That air ball. Sometimes showers down in 5 minutes.
Yeah, this is Ecclesiastes 5 and 8 NLT. It says, "Don't be surprised if you see a poor person being oppressed by the powerful, and if justice is being miscarried throughout the land. For every official is under orders from higher up, and matters of justice get lost in red tape and bureaucracy. Even the king milks the land for his own profit." It says, "Those who love money will never have enough. How meaningless to think that wealth brings true happiness."
Yeah, because you're never satisfied even when you continue to have it. You just got to keep getting more and more and more.
I looked up what countries have free electricity or subsidized electricity. Turkmenistan, Kuwait, Qatar or Qatar, India, South America.
No Western nations have been named.
Saudi Arabia,
Red nations.
United Arab Emirates. So you know it's probably a few more in between, but these are. So why you can't? America's supposed to be the most wealthy country. So why the fuck we can't get subsidized water or electricity?
Let's answer that question. It's not that America's wealthy. It's about they have the most wealthy people in it.
Right.
Meaning they're getting over the most on the individuals to hoard up the wealth for themselves. That's what it's really describing. It says the most wealthy nation. And then so they're willing to invest in and pay for high level of military and different things like that they're paying for. Why do you think Bill Gates is always investing in certain types of shit?
But it shows you.
Musk in there.
I'm gonna say they show you that their leaders, you know, they care a little bit more, obviously, for their people and their well-being than this wicked-ass government set up here.
Talking about Gaddafi. $1 free.
Yeah. I ain't look at healthcare, but I know it's a bunch of countries that got. Canada got free healthcare. Various places in the EU, Europe have free healthcare.
Free healthcare and don't have that long list of chemicals.
Right.
Think about that. They put 19 extra chemicals in your food to make the food, and then they charge you for healthcare when the effects hit you.
And if what you do have to pay for healthcare, it's not even a percent of what you would pay. Here, you go here, you got a broke figure, you get a $5,000 bill. Over there, they may even hit you with, may make you pay for the prescription. That's it. And I mean, various different countries. That's how they keep Jake's under slavery where your daughter never go as far as you think it will because you're subject to, we subject to payments. You have to pay this and pay this and pay this. And by the time you get around to paying all your utilities and your bills, how much you got left? A few $100?
It's Isaiah 5 and 8. It says, "What sorrow for you who buy up house after house and field after field until everyone is evicted and you live alone in the land." NLT. Isaiah 5, 8 NLT.
Yeah.
Black Rock.
Vanguard.
Hey, you know them same people are invested in the Elysium space station and shit like that.
Yeah.
Trying to get up there. Trying to. Yeah, funny, I saw a breakdown of those cartoons. The Flintstones and the Jetsons go together. The Flintstones is after they hit the bombs or the nukes, so they're living primitive down on the surface, but all the wealthy that have jobs and all that that's in that New World Order system is up above the clouds, where all the pollution and the fallout and all of that is above all of that. And they live in futuristic. How can those two worlds exist? Well, nukes. That's what those two cartoons put together.
Elysium?
No, it's about the Flintstones and the Jetsons.
Oh, okay.
Elysium's kind of that Jetson type above the rest of the people that not everybody can be up there. But they don't even fly down there. They're down there pushing with their feet, their cars. They up there flying around above the clouds. That's
This is Lamentation 5 in GT. I'm gonna start here at verse 3. It says, our fathers, verse 4. It says, we must pay for the water we drink. We must buy the wood we need for fuel. Driven hard like donkeys or camels, we are tired but are allowed no rest. To get food enough to stay alive. To get food enough to stay alive, we went begging to Egypt and Assyria.
Let it through.
Moab and Edom.
The point is, we could be mad at them, but they ain't got nothing to do with it. They're the lowly ass people.
They don't know what the fuck going on.
We gotta oppress them now. Let Ryan Rothschild slide through here. We can cuss his ass the hell out, you know? Anyway, I got it.
Back in Lamentation 5, verse 4, G&T. It says, we must pay for the water we drink. We must buy the wood we need for fuel. Driven hard like donkeys or camels, we are tired but are allowed no rest. To get enough food to stay alive, we went back into Egypt and Assyria. Our ancestors sinned, but now are they gone? We are suffering from their sins.
I got a text right now. Brother the lady. On the chat, it says bottled water is about to get really expensive in the USA. How much will you spend for fresh drinking water? He just haven't seen that right now. I don't know if he's watching the live stream or just the spirit sent it, but that's in the spirit right now. You know? I wrote a list, right? That's the top of the list.
About the principal uses.
Yeah.
Water, let it and grape.
It's fucking hell, man.
You can't walk up to a stream and just, you know what I mean?
You got all kinds of parasites.
Like this mother here, I'm not kept separate like you said.
It's like out of what is that? Desalination. Plants. Like, why can't they do that here? They got the money. They can. You know, to make all our drinking water clear, where we can have alkaline water coming out of our faucets. But no, they recycle.
The niggas eat lobster and crab,
Right.
and oysters and all that shit. If you keep that in the water be fine.
It's funny how just we can stop eating that shit, which we shouldn't be eating, will solve your water issues.
They trying to put clams back in the water, like some type of what is in New York?
They don't want Jake to be at a higher level of consciousness. You know, they want you to be at a low level vibration out here, man.
You might tap into the spirit of
Yeah,
God.
they don't want that.
Let her be defiled and let her eyes look upon Zion.
Yeah, that's what they want. They want to. They promote the worst things to our people, man. The music, the entertainment, the food. Americans are some of the most uneducated people in the world. If you look at our women, if you look at our young men, super uneducated, man. You look at the IQ of the other nations that are high level, and most of their women are educated. They speak multiple languages, but not not here. Why? Our people are fucking dumbed down. You know? And we know that we're not here to be great in this society, in this kingdom, you know? But man, if you look around, our people are fucking retarded.
Willingly.
The shit they do, the way they act.
And a lot of it has to do with food that you eat. There's so many foods that are banned in other countries that's in your food supply, and it's what's, you know, contributed to the neurological effects that a lot of people have here, neurological development, your medical history, all that. It's all affected by your diets.
It's all praise to other gods.
Yeah.
Put curses on the food too. It's spiritual as well.
The level of vaccinations that get pumped into our kids, it's you know, that shit really affects our the brain development.
And these days, you don't even say you don't get your kids jabbed up, right? They put the shit in the food. So you get some form of whatever jab, you know.
But niggas don't eat vegetables.
But still, the nigga give their child a Lunchable. You know, they got all kind of bullshit in it. Or some goddamn fruit snacks.
That's what's that. You know that.
And fruit snacks ain't got nothing fruit about it.
The fucking Lunchable usually have like a pack of Skittles in there. So you know the kids don't eat Skittles.
M&M's.
All that food coloring and all that poison.
Oreos, they got glue in it.
Ezekiel 4:13. And the Lord said, even thus shall the children of Israel eat their defiled bread among the Gentiles, whither I will drive them. We've been driven all over the world, no matter what you look like or how you are. If you're an Israelite, you suffer.
Right. And the system here, the pyramid here was created so that we can never return to our we can never regain our memory, man. Remember who we are. You know, all the chemicals, all the misinformation, the education was created to keep us asleep, to keep us dumbed down, man, so that we can never mentally, spiritually return and remember that, oh shit, we are the children of Israel, man.
Look at this, right? It says, several FDA-approved U.S. foods are banned or restricted in other countries, especially the EU, due to artificial dyes, preservatives, and growth hormones. Major examples include Kraft mac and cheese, Skittles, Mountain Dew, Ritz crackers, various breakfast cereals, which often obtain additives such as BPO, BHA, BHT, or red dye number 3. Yeah,
That's in everything, man.
There's some.
That fucked up, sorry. That fucked up everybody. You go to the grocery store, the cart is empty now. That's what we feel on Jake's cart. That processed stuff. Now that they knocked off a lot of these processing plants, they ain't about to make a lot of that no more, so they're not going to take the fruit. They won't steal. But they can't.
I was gonna say there's a water called liquid death.
Yeah. I won't drink.
Who the fuck drinks that? What sane person looks at it and say, oh, this shit look good, man, and buys it? Ooh. Liquid death.
Let me tell you what it is.
Cisco? What is it? You know, like,
Yeah, I thought it was too. I got it. Psalms 82 and 5. They know not, neither will they understand. They walk on in darkness. All the foundations of the earth are out of course.
Confederate against thee?
Yeah.
No, that's 83. Oh, yes.
Look, it says preservatives, or BHA or BHT, wheat thins, stovetop stuffing. Jake loved to mash on that during Thanksgiving. Mini cereals, Rice Krispies, Frosted Flakes.
Ah, shit.
Hey, we should tear that up. Put some bananas and strawberries in it. Right? This shit is all contaminated. All the shit you buy in the store, and they charging you $6 a box for that shit.
Yeah, I know cereal high as hell.
Chemicals they use for paint.
Paint thinner.
That got like some type of solvent in it.
All because of are banned in the UK, EU, and Japan. It says Ritz crackers and certain baked goods from Pillsbury are banned in parts of Europe due to trans fats or potassium bromate. U.S. pork is banned in over 160 nations. It's known in the EU and China due to the growth drug ractopamine. I think that's how you pronounce it. Ractopamine. Yeah.
Right under Esau, being based.
Yeah, because a lot of that shit get processed over there in China.
But they process that shit, but they don't consume it. They just sell it.
That's like,
So it's like, yeah.
You goddamn devils.
So we're the fucking goyim. They gotta eat and drink all the bullshit.
Boy, slow.
Valley of the shadow of death.
We not
Titanium dioxide found in Kansas and additive in the EU.
They give niggas titanium?
dioxide.
They basically turn that metal, titanium into powder. Breaking it down to that form of powder and putting it into the candy.
I'm gonna see what candies.
You got some of them that got like flame retardants in it too.
yeah, how ironic you got.
Systems that are like the FDA that's supposed to regulate that and make sure that don't happen.
It says titanium dioxide used as a whitening agent is commonly found in candies with white coatings, white ices, and chewy textures. Major footprint in Starburst and Charlie's sour gummies, Airlines. It says candies and confection containing titanium dioxide. Charlie sour bite rollers, sour trucks like in strawberry plus, sour patch kids, purple bears, it's supposed to be gummy bears.
I think they gotta wear like hazmat suits to make that shit.
It's horrible, right? The name of it is
Trident white peppermint gum. This shit is all fun.
that was one of the cultural ones that was one of
Yeah.
That's why when people do the detoxes, they have to detox the heavy metals. Because it's in everything.
just the name right there.
But the children is consuming it. And you wonder why they just bounce off the walls. ADHD, can't focus, and comprehension levels is not where it's supposed to be.
And guess what our remedy is? Texas Thomas is all down. So now that number is going crazy.
We're not doing that for suppressing the chemical.
Clonidine.
As an adult, by the time you find out about this stuff, you already in the first stages of Alzheimer's.
Yeah, that's why here, man, the cancer rates are just fucking off the charts. There's so many cancers here, you know? You don't know what you might fucking, what kind of cancer you might catch on.
But yet the FDA approve all this shit that's causing cancer.
head of those different organizations, small hats. And they're gonna go ahead.
And through that, now you got to go to his pharmaceutical.
Oh yeah.
So he's gonna load you with more drugs.
Take this, and if this doesn't work, take this one once a
When
day.
that works in the side effects,
Yeah,
you need this also. Stop that.
Exactly.
And the commercials, and we was laughing at some commercial the other day. We was saying, oh, you got trouble breathing, or you had a rash or something. I was doing eczema or something. You end up being shortness of breath. Hold on, shortness of breath.
You about to
Take
die.
something because of my asthma. Eczema. Now I can barely breathe. Like the symptoms are worse than I'll take the rash.
All right, so if right now we're lucky if we reach 60, 70, or 80, and we're still somewhat mobile and
Especially as a Jake.
you know.
We get more years taken off of our lives eating this, consuming this bullshit.
Anything, and them motherfuckers, all they gotta do is eat rice and tea and whatever else, and they live 100 years.
Keep doing tight
Yeah.
Yoga and shit.
I was gonna say this real quick before you proceed a little more. But that's why let's talk about the small hats. They don't eat none of this shit.
No, it's going. That's Goyim food.
Yeah, Goy slop. They call it
Goy
Goy
slop,
slop.
yeah.
They really, hey, when Jake started doing, like, I see one of them, I went to the little kosher market over here, at the grocery store. Oh, they're looking at me like, what are you doing over here? What you doing over here? This is our store. I know what the fuck going on. I'm gonna start telling more people to come over here and shop your shit. It's gonna create a crazy tension too.
That's crazy.
Jake go there with the EBT shit, buying shit up.
Same thing they buying with.
It's all the money making game with them. Keep you miserable, keep you suffering, while they make money.
If you look at their grocery store, they have a whole grocery store in like a couple of aisles, but they got everything that's in the rest of the store. They really don't like you over there.
And I want to say something. They got certain little codes that they know. Got K on it and got like some kosher. It be the same product though. Yeah, it ain't got.
The U is no animal testing, I think it is. And the K is for kosher with the triangle on it.
That was
Look at that.
You did a lesson on that, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, God,
And that shows you that they have the ability to have that.
The whole
Everywhere, yeah.
On the back of Pringles, there's some little Hebrew writing and some shit on there, you know. So they don't eat that shit, but they own it. Give it money.
And it's the same scam with the organic. Put that organic label on it, that shit is a scam.
Natural flavors. It's all just trickery, man.
Jake had I used to know work at Walmart. He said, all that shit to say, all we do is put a sticker on it. You know what I'm saying? Just put a sticker on. This is organic. This ain't organic.
The price is $1, $2.
Yeah.
I got that Wisdom of Solomon chapter 15, verse 12 in the GNT. It says, he thinks of human life as just a game, a market where he can make a profit. He believes that he must make money however he can, even by evil ways.
Like to that evil eye.
We gotta be free from this, man. Straight up, how can with he that increases the knowledge increases his understanding, man? And there's just no reason to be ignorant, man. What is it? How much longer since you simple, right? You simple ones, man. How long, man? Fuck. There's so much information out here. And all people should be crying to Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, man.
I want to make a point that you said. Everybody who has a 10-year-old has a smartphone in their pocket. You know that power that is. Having that in your pocket. I don't need that part. I don't think the benefits of it. You can wrap it in whatever else to keep the EMF down, copper or whatever it is. Put on your sunlight or whatever. But the internet, you know what you can find out on that phone. Not only salvation, you can find out what's there. everybody's watching this on their smartphone right now.
Yeah, they got apps that you can just take a picture of the shit and they tell you if it's good or not.
Right.
Yeah,
This guy is such and such, the ingredients of everything.
The other night I drove, it was late, I was driving home. Most things were closed, you know, most shops. The fucking line around McDonald's, bro, was literally wrapped around a building. And I'm just thinking to myself, man, these fucking people, they don't care about their health. They don't give a shit. It's so known that it's not real.
They get documentaries on it.
Yeah. You feeding that shit to the children, you know, it's still like, I think that corporation is making billions of dollars, man.
Billion, sir. What a fucking billion? Or you at least 500 million calories.
People should be angry. They should be angry.
Yeah, they able to serve millions because millions of children go missing.
Yeah, that's some hell, huh?
Straight up going off that shit.
It keeps the demons open. Like I didn't have to do a video on it too. But he might have been an Edomite or he might have been a J. I couldn't really tell because the footage was kind of, the definition was a lot kind of grainy a bit. But it went viral. This is a fucking 12-year-old kid. He's obese.
14 pounds.
And his mother refused to give him food. So he beat her.
Oh, shit.
Somebody was filming her 12-year-old morbid obese son beating the shit out of her. Beating her through her own kitchen. Because she wouldn't give him anything else to eat. What do you think is driving them kids like that?
Food.
Yeah.
Drugs.
Yeah, man. And there's no way in hell you should be that young and that fucking huge.
Hey, that's fucked up. They took recess out of the house.
Yeah, kids only get one recess.
We had like 3. They come to school,
We had your first recess, second recess, and then PE. Yeah, what they do, they got it like once a week. Some shit like that. Right.
And that showed you. You look at how much worse society has become. More fights. More fights. That's one thing. If you want these teachers to stop going through, breaking up all these fights and getting beat up, let these kids run it off. You don't need them if you let them give the teacher a whistle and let them run around outside for a half hour.
Oh, yeah, true.
In middle school, I ain't had no phone, man. I was outside all day. All day.
You couldn't wait to go outside after class.
Hell yeah.
You can get a pickup game with your friends.
We kept looking at the clock like
Yeah.
recess.
Man, sometimes I would have to use the bathroom at recess, and I wouldn't go because I wanted to play. I would end up using the bathroom until I got home. So, you know what I mean? Because you want to play football, basketball, whatever. It's like shit.
But yeah, matter of fact, since you quoted it, Z, somebody grabbed that Joel 10, like a 20 It's just, hey, this is the land of darkness, man. Where there's no light and there's no order. Shadow of death. You got it.
Job 10 and 20 are not my days few. Cease then.
Especially here. Your days is definitely gonna be few living here.
It's like, man.
Come on.
Everything.
Everything.
Hey, if your woman is the greatest cook and all of that, and just like you go home and it's peaceful and you got no stress and your bills are paid, there's still stress somewhere. That's enough to kill you.
A curse will find you.
So, yeah, your curse is gonna fall on you. Like, hey, see how it just rained right over us, but it's sunny. That black cloud followed Jacob around until he be destroyed. And if you don't use wisdom, it's gonna find you a lot faster and not preserve you through it.
You said, especially as a man, but especially as an Israelite man, they know we the most vital, we the most, what's the word?
Resilient.
So even the ingredients we mentioned, this geared towards, not only do you got fucking birth control, you got these different ingredients in these foods that make it to where a man got a supplement now.
Yeah, it took all the nutrients out of everything. We got a lot of foods that we do take. It got estrogen.
I bought what you call it, not the amino acids. It's basically like all the all the natural supplements that are supposed to be in water. I bought a little bottle of it from Herbally Grounded, right? I started taking that shit and I got fucked up. Like, bro.
Like, no, what are you doing? You ain't used to this.
Yeah, I'm like, I put it in my water. I'm like, man, I got a headache.
Hey, these bodies can't handle the righteousness that's to come in our foods and how much nourishment we're supposed to have.
How
Nobody's
just
set up for
a small portion of food, we're supposed to get all the nourishment from that small portion. Not eating these large portions of big, big ass 48 ounce porterhouse steak and shit.
The food is not supposed to make you drowsy. You're not supposed to get tired after you eat.
Feel bloated and shit.
Yeah. Sometimes, like if I'm thinking about doing a lesson, I'll be like, let me do the lesson before I eat. Because if I eat before I do the lesson, I probably ain't gonna want to do the lesson. You feeling bloated. Your brain is kind of working a little slow now. You know what I'm saying? Like you kind of get affected by that. So I prefer to do a lesson before I eat.
Empty stomach.
Huh? Yeah, man.
That's why the apostles always say, man, brothers should be being mindful of your health, man. Every brother should be supplementing, and you gotta couple it with your diet as well. You shouldn't just be eating like shit, and you really should be eating like a whole lot in a day, man. Not everybody's gonna have the same routine, but engorging and being, excessively eating, you shouldn't be doing that. Back to Job 10 and verse 20. Are not my days few? Cease then and let me alone, that I may take comfort a little. Before I go, whence I shall not return, even to the land of darkness and the shadow of death.
What?
Even to the land of darkness and the shadow of death.
Land of darkness, even a shadow of death. Because darkness is associated with, ignorance, oblivion. But ultimately, when you're without the law, you're like, it's like you're naked. So you're in darkness. When you're doing works of evil, you're being in the dark. Your spirit is dark. You don't know what the hell you eat. You just eat just to consume. That goes back to the gluttony demon.
Sends us out.
Yeah. So we're in the land of darkness because it's heavily promoted. This is a pleasure-seeking kingdom. So it's meant to keep you in darkness. But what comes with that? What negative effects come with overindulgence, surfeiting? Death, bad health. Straight up death, man.
So Sirach 37 and verse 27 in the GNT, it says, my child, as you go through life, this one keeps scrolling up and up. My child, as you go through life, keep your appetite under control. And don't eat anything that you know is bad for you.
Hey, he just ran off a list. I know it's heartbreaking. But hey, I'm telling you again, that culture department, if you gotta have it or the way help with yourself, they got culture burgers over in their grocery section. It's better than eating Doritos. They got nacho chips. But you really gotta get out of that because the famine's coming.
Bro, it has to be said, man. I know, we men, we don't like to be told it sometimes because it needs to be said, man. we gotta really focus on our diet and our health now while we able to. Because there's gonna come a time where you're not able to go supplement. You ain't able to go online and buy those herbs. You don't,
You can't go on a run. You're gonna be running for your life. Next run you go for, buy from a troop.
Right, exactly. We know what's ahead, what lies ahead in the coming days. The last thing you want to have is fucking health issues, man.
And we saw that in COVID. People that got hit the hardest, their diet was fucked up. They wasn't living right. They wasn't drinking enough water. They dehydrated. They get thirsty and drink soda or juice. Nah, you gotta drink, good, decent water at least. Like it's a lot to this. We're not just here telling you, okay, just eat this scripture and that's it. No, we're giving you the fullness of the wisdom of these scriptures. And a lot of it's taken out and put in the apocrypha. We're here giving it back to you. You ain't gonna hear this. You gonna hear this at the church pastor. They gonna tell you to drink more water, to look for alkaline or reverse osmosis or something. To eat more leafy green vegetables because they got these nutrients in it. Even though Daniel outlined the difference of it versus just meat, cheese, bread, rice, starch.
People that have blood issues. You got certain herbs or certain vegetables that help you with regulate your blood. Jake don't look into none of these things. That's why they're the main ones in the hospital.
Jake don't eat garlic raw. Jake don't eat horseradish. Barely like onions. Okay? Horseradish. There's a lot of bitter herbs that you should just add into your diet. That'll help your digestion and help clean up all the bad out of you. Break that meat down better. Okay, things like the fat and all, you like the glycerin and all of that's gonna need to get broke down some.
certain teas you can drink that'll help you wean off of those cravings you have, like clove tea. It'll help you with your blood sugar levels. It'll help you with craving, that sweet craving. Ain't nobody perfect, man. We all got different things that we might be weak to. Sweets, salt, whatever it might be, meat. But even going back before you go back to the scripture, it mentioned being mindful of your diet. I'm not saying brothers should do it, but just referring to intermittent fasting. It actually gives you more energy. And this mindset that this Western society gave us, it don't really make sense. But when you actually do it, just speaking from experience, you got more energy. When your body's not really breaking food down, you have
It's doing stuff.
Yeah. We don't have to eat 3 times a day, man.
no.
That was another life.
Or his spill either.
So that's that right there. Fasting, going a few hours without eating. Exercising. Exercising on an empty stomach feels good. You have more energy. You go further. Push yourself further.
And also, if you got if you're interested in losing weight, that intermittent fasting, it will help you as well. Because when your body burns off that sugar and all that other shit that was in your body, it starts to burn back.
It boils down to having discipline.
That's it.
You got to be disciplined. People in Babylon are raised in captivity. Discipline is shown. Unless you're trying to be you're trying to win the Olympics. You're trying to be a aspiring athlete or something like that. They make it as if that's the only avenue to justify to have discipline. No, you should have discipline in your everyday life.
Help a lot, man. That's your foundation. Legs help with your testosterone. It helps with the increase in your blood flow. Increase with your heart rate.
Legs help your heart.
I think they said So it's gonna move. What do you think is pushing it back up? Second heart, right? Second heart. Push the blood back up. So all of this it needs to be in high. Matter of fact, somebody grabbed Ciroc 30, like 15. Yeah, that's what I said.
Was that everything on what you had?
Yeah. I think it is like 30, Ciroc 30, like 14, 15 around there.
Ciroc 30 and 14. Better is the poor being sound and strong of constitution than a rich man that is afflicted in his body. Health and good estate of body are above all gold, and a strong body above infinite wealth.
What did Howard Shaw say at the top of the day? What is it? As good as it is for man. I said, came the whole world to lose his soul. So it's the same kind of thing. What are you wanting to give up? Your body. Every more money, your soul, and your body. To be healthy. You got $1 million, $1 billion. What good is it if you can't do nothing with it? I got it. What's the thing, what good is it to him?
A lot of them rich motherfuckers is frail as fuck. They're super frail.
Remember the 90s? Got none of that. None of that. I will show you. Got none of that. None of that action. What good is it if you don't have a healthy body? Why do you think that's one of the most coveted things that we should be looking for in the kingdom? The new body. Not just for the power to not be. I'm over here aching. I'm not going to lie to you. My back is sore right now. My back is on fire. It hurts. Yeah, I know. I ain't the only one.
And they gotta go back to work.
I got clocked right back in. So when we get to the kingdom of heaven, ain't no more clock in like that. Ain't no more aches and pains. We're gonna learn to surf in the kingdom, whatever. We're gonna do something fun, bro. You know? Man,
That's
the
another.
difference.
That's another reason why Jake, man, get over this. You got to get over this, man. This is total hell. What we up here talking about? Who in their right mind would want to continue to live like that? Like this ain't a life. You have to live a life where you gotta fucking check everything. Anything you before you put it in your body, you gotta turn around and read what's in it. That's in these other countries, they ain't gotta live like that. They ain't gotta worry about what's in their food. But over here,
If you go to the third world, I'm talking about the poor, the third world, go in their garden and pick it.
yeah,
And bring it right in the house and cut it up and cook it.
yeah,
You know?
Go to the grocery store and get a surprise. Because nothing is as it. There's always that added shit.
yeah, man. Even the bullshit that they have over there. Like these other nations, they got their Taco Bells and McDonald's and shit like that. It ain't the same.
You heard about that KFC?
It's not the same.
KFC in Kingston?
Yeah.
It's like, this ain't the same.
Yeah.
Where they get these chickens from?
Yeah.
They say the same thing about Popeyes in Louisiana. Different.
Yeah, man. It's not. I mean, it's not. I'm not saying that it's good food, but it's not as intimidating. You can eat it and be alright. But if you eat this shit over here, you wonder why you're coming up with something. So this is straight up hell, man. Who want to dwell here? No, that's why the scripture say, hasten to come to the day of the Lord. You gotta hasten, for the Lord to return.
Back in Ciroc 30, verse 16, there is no riches above a sound body, and no joy above the joy of the heart.
We should be able-bodied, because you feel down get out of this. My feet hurt today, and my legs hurt whatever today was. The kingdom, man. And that'll keep me going, man. These other Jasons was burnt. Hey, all them right there people trying to go to that little club hoping that music and that alcohol gonna spark. Or they in these buffets hoping something gonna do good. Watching the game right now, hoping something special happens so they feel good for a moment. Now, this is where the feel good is at. Hey, it says Isaiah 28. This is the refreshing. Yet they were not here.
It's like it. We can do pretty much dopamine slaves. Get your little break, get your little dopamine hit. You gotta repeat the process. Take your ass back to sleep. Continue to work your life out while these motherfuckers get to kick their feet up. And you make their company all the money that they could hope for.
So I'm gonna come around twice a year.
Yeah.
See what's going on. He ain't putting his hand in nothing.
There are off days to rest, man. Like, especially if the off days is over there. People that go party, or they just moving around all day, and then,
Trying to catch up.
Yeah, trying to catch up.
Errands all day.
Drinking alcohol.
Putting more on top of that.
I'm not saying alcohol is bad. I'm talking about indulging. Being slack.
Trying to release and then tap. Damn, I got the deadline at work. Trying to let it go. What type of situation? You was about to read?
Acts 30 and 16. There is no riches above a sound body, and no joy above the joy of the heart. Death is better than a bitter life or continual sickness.
They said death is better than what?
Death is better than continual sickness. Death is better than a bitter life or continual sickness.
That's why you'll have people that are bedridden or whatever chronic illness that they suffer. People with fucking lupus, people with sickle cell, all these different conditions. When they anticipate the day that they're gonna go, because they know that once they check out, they ain't gotta feel that pain anymore. They gotta feel that affliction in their bodies. You're actually free from that when you're dead. Or somebody that's they ain't got no limbs, so you gotta be pushed all the days of your life. You ain't gonna be able to feed yourself unless somebody has to feed you. Yeah.
Like it says, affliction of an hour make man forget pleasure. Just imagine a person who got $500 million in the bank. I always mention this one ailment. It's like to the touch. It makes the person feel like all of their bones are breaking. All you gotta do is touch them. I don't know what it's called.
Mr. Glass.
Imagine sitting up in the hospital and going through that. You ain't thinking about that money in your bank.
Hey, just the fact that we dropped, all the the shellfish, the pork. Alcoholism. That's really good for us.
You feel, hey, when you used to drink heavy, you used to always you didn't have the same energy.